Welcome back to the 6th episode of Shift Podcast. Today, again, like every time, we have someone interesting coming in from YDF. We'll be talking about YDF and the Golden Youth Program as well. We have Ma'am Roma here. So before we go into the details, ma'am, let's play a small game. So it's called Your Name, Your Passion, and Your Secret. Okay. Well, open secret now.
I'm Roma Pradhan, and with Bhutan Youth Development Fund. Since the time I joined YDF as a young graduate, I worked with young people, communities, and that has become my passion. So I enjoy working with young people and being with young people. So I also feel young. Yeah. Oh, one open secret. Do you think I can dance?
I feel like you can now.
Oh, really?
You cannot?
I can sing.
So what's the secret? You can't dance?
I can't dance. Okay.
Now everybody knows now.
Okay.
Everybody's going to make Ma'am Roma dance now. The next question again is, well, I know that YDF has been there for a very long time. I was involved in some of the programs that YDF did, like especially during the winter vacation, the winter violin program. But to our listeners here who are very new to YDF, they probably are not. They already know that YDF exists, but they don't, well, they might be like, oh, what does YDF do? So to them, could you maybe talk us a little about what YDF does, what is YDF, and also on the Golden Youth Program, if you could talk on that as well.
Okay. The Bhutan Youth Development Fund, it's a senior civil society organization established back in 1998 by the command of 4th Drukyalpo. So the president of the YDF is Kelium Ajit Sringpem Wangchuk, and we have Ajit Chimi Yangzom Wangchuk as the vice president. And the vision of YDF is better today, a brighter tomorrow for the youth of Bhutan. And we champion in different areas. So at a glance, if you see what YDF does, we do climate action programs, which is more focused into having young people into environment. We also have health is another focus we have. We have Bhutan Institute of Wellbeing, where we have rehabilitation, treatment and wellness program. And if you go with E, we also do education. And we have a very unique approach to education. We have schools where we deliver the pedagogy of place-based education. So they don't have classrooms, but it's more of like community as a classroom. We also look at building the entrepreneurship skills in young people, providing their capacity and also providing the platform for them to be young entrepreneurs. R is more into research. We do research in a small scale. We equip young people with the skills to do research in the community, and the skills, S, skills building. We have various curriculums which are from employability skills to life skills, and also building their capacity as young champions in education, in environment. So those are the different projects that we have under YDF, and we cater to the needs of young people.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. But maybe if you could also touch on the Golden Youth Program.
So Golden Youth Award, it's a flagship program under the Bhutan Youth Development Fund. So it was started in 2008 to commemorate the 60th birth anniversary of the 4th Drukyalpo, the founder of the YDF. It was initiated in 2005, but the actual camp was conducted in 2008. So if you look at the objectives of the Golden Youth Award, it is to select the best of the best students from across the country, provide young people with the platform to groom them as young leaders, and also get young people from the different dzongkhaks, the districts, to come together, share and learn from each other, and also they become the role model, the ambassadors of their respective dzongkhak. And the selection happens from the school level, So there also we look into the leadership skills, extracurricular activities, their social contributions. And at the national level, the National Selection Committee does the final selection, where we have 80 young people. They come to Thimphu for the final round of competition amongst themselves, like the 80. So at the national level, we have the different areas which they are also looked into. Another one is we also engage our stakeholders who are relevant with the theme that we have. And the theme for the 16th Golden Youth Award was sustainable development, We were looking at develop Bhutan, but in a more sustainable manner. So we have stakeholders like Save the Children was there for the shift, and we felt that when we have the Dzongkhag ambassadors on board, 80 young people, so how do we empower them? So shift was one that we got during the Golden Youth Award, and got young people oriented on this shift, and gave them some time to reflect on it and identify the issues, and the issues that they were asked to identify while they were there at the Dzongkhag. And when they came here, they were trying to validate, and shift was one tool that gave them more in-depth understanding and coming up with the right tool, right, and understanding the issue and trying to be at the center to address those issues. Another one was having UNICEF on board to talk about mental health, because young people and mental health is something very core of an issue that needs to be discussed. So that was we also had the Pema Center to talk about it, mental health and UNICEF there, and getting the young people into groups to talk about the different issues that they were facing. And how do we empower young girls as champions? That was one. So at a glance, with Golden Youth Award, it's a platform that I already mentioned. It's a platform for young people to be young leaders. They are not only people who are academically, good. Though academics is one component that we look into and take into consideration, but they are like overall role models. And till date, we have been able to engage and empower more than 1,500 young people for the Golden Youth Award. And the winner gets a scholarship, and till date we have been able to send 15 Golden Youth Award winners across Canada, Netherlands, Singapore, India, and the US.
Yeah, thank you, Ma'am Roma. In all honesty, when I was in my 10th grade, the Golden Youth Award, it was all the hype. Like, everybody wanted to go. And then I was one of it as well. I was one of the groupie. But it was all good. Like, I think I've seen what, like especially like youths, when they go to Golden Youth, when they come back, you see the change. Because they don't, like you said, it doesn't just focus on the academic part, right? They focus on other, like you said, skilling, right? So yeah, that's really good. Like I feel like YDF has been doing a lot in that matter as well. And also, like when you were saying, you already talked about how you came across with Shift as well, ma'am. Now, following up to that, so what is YDF doing with regards to Shift campaign? What is your current activity? And how is YDF positioned to take lead in the Shift campaign for young people? Mostly adolescent, I believe.
And we see the power of Shift, It was a very good skilling for young people, for the Golden Youth Award nominees. They were able to understand how they can be creative and innovative in terms of creating awareness and doing advocacy, because it's not the traditional way of doing advocacy. Shift is one tool I see. It empowers young people. It empowers, gives you the skills, and also it gives you the confidence to apply your skills. And during the Golden Youth Award, the students being the best of the best students from the Dzongkhags, I think Shift was one very powerful tool to get them motivated, that Golden Youth Award is not about just the 1 week camp, but how do they continue? As a whole, the Shift project of the Golden Youth Award nominees, we have young people embarking on projects which are into substance abuse. They are the champions of substance abuse, climate change, waste management. So if you look at overall the thematic way, if you look at in a thematic way, they are embarking on projects from health to environment, and also trying to center themselves as a core to address all this. And the projects that are being taken forward by the Golden Youth Award nominees in the Dzongkhag, you will see that in social media nowadays, I think you must be seeing the Golden Youth Award nominees with the Y via vest, the Young Volunteers in Action Give vest. They are so proudly talking about issues. And people say that they feel so confident, and the confidence of the adults in terms of young people's power to change the mindset of people. Shift is one project that we want to continue, because this is the first cohort that got the opportunity to be part of the Shift Golden Youth Award. And Y via was the first one, where the Gelifu Y via did on substance abuse, and it actually mobilized many stakeholders on board, through the Shift project. So that's why I see that YDF is in a good position, or a better position, to implement this Shift project, and also having a long-lasting relationship with Save the Children, where Save the Children was also the first one to support the Golden Youth Award when it started in 2008, and now coming with different projects. I think It's an opportunity that to leverage on each other's capacity and work together to empower children and youth.
Coming back to the shift campaign and the current key shift campaign, maybe if you could like tell us how many campaigns there are. Like I understand that like you said, there are like Golden Youth program now. There's like a lot of youth coming in from different Zongkak, and I'm pretty sure now there's like a lot of campaigns. So maybe if you could, let our listeners know that you may love it.
Shift project, initially when we planned after the orientation on the shift for the Golden Youth Award, where they were really excited. You can see the video where the excitement is so much amongst young people. So after that orientation, they were given an assignment to brainstorm and identify issues in the communities. And we were looking at 20 issues to be addressed by 20 Zongkaks, 4 ambassadors from each Zongkak. And as I mentioned, if you are to put in the different thematic areas or the focus, they are more into substance abuse, climate change. They're also like environment, which is into climate. I would say like social issues. It's focused more into social issues, young ambassadors, and like reaching out to the target. So Golden Youth Award nominees, the participants, have been able to do campaigns on social media. If you look at the campaigns that are being carried out on social media, you do see that they are able to do it. And our target is to complete all the 20. But at the moment with their school children, so they have their priorities more into the school. So it is challenging, but I think we have been able to navigate those challenges and come out and do something.
That comes up every time, like in all of the episode where we talk about how children, youth, adolescent, they can identify an issue. They know how to address it. It's just that we need to like believe in them, believe in us. But then it's really great, ma'am. I think when I was like the Golden Youth age youth key age now, wouldn't have done that. But it's great that 20 Zongkak, 4 individuals, youths each, they're doing a lot, and it's very inspiring as well. But like following up to that now, I understand that there are like a lot of social issues. There are a lot of issues that the Golden Youths they're touching on, they're addressing on it. But then what's the overall vision that you have from the campaign?
For us is we want to produce young people who are productive citizens of the country, who are locally rooted, globally competent, the inspiration we take from His Majesty. So more than the campaign and the issue itself, we are looking at how these young people are getting empowered. Because the 80 young people that we have trained are the 80 shifters who are taking this forward initiative. So we have empowered them, we have engaged them, empowering, engaging them, and also giving them the platform, providing them the platform to showcase their talents. So like you said, yes, we do have young people, Bhutanese young people are very talented. It's about providing the platform. If you provide the platform, they can do well.
It's pretty amazing how youths, especially class 10 youths, are like conducting campaigns like this. But I think it's because of support from YDF, Save the Children, and the shift as well, that, like you said, it's going smoothly now. So we're almost at the end of the podcast. Before we end though, if you have anything, a shout out maybe to the youth groups, youths who are in Bhutan, and then with your experience especially, I think it's very important that, I hope youths will listen. Madam has a lot of experience working with youth, so.
Of course you need to listen, but at the same time it's important we listen to the young people, and experience working on this project and being partner to Save the Children. I would say that the support that has been given to us by Save the Children, it wouldn't have been possible just for YDF to take this campaign forward. Having a partner who is there to support you at every phase of this project implementation, I think that was very powerful. And I see that for young people, if you have the potential, having the right organization and the support will definitely give you the light to your talents and get you motivated to do what you want to do. And as I mentioned, our young people do have the capacity. It's just that we need to provide them with a platform. So if you come together, the right organization with the right partners and the young people, I think it would be a wonderful initiative that young people can take up. And youth-led initiatives are very powerful in terms of bringing social change.
I think in every episode, whatever ma'am said, it gets reiterated again and again. So yeah, well, this is the end of today's episode, ma'am. It was great having you. Thank you for making time. And I wanted to say something, but I forgot. Oh yeah, well, look forward to our next episode as well. And if there's like any sign that, you know, YDF has, on the top of my head, it's like this. Why?
I think we are there, like when we talk about the, you know, you're saying the two hands. Two hands is basically we are upholding young people, you know. We want to help them. What we are doing.
So that's the move for YDF. Shout out to YDF, follow their page. And also, do you have like a separate page for the Golden Youth Program?
Yes, we do.
So follow that as well. And yeah, there's like a lot of interesting things that's gonna happen in the future as well. And yeah, that's the end. Thank you.
Save the children.